Alright guys, when it comes to real estate, there are usually 4 things that hold you back from taking action. Whether that's getting started in real estate for the very first time, or maybe you're looking to find your next deal, and these are fear, time, experience, and last but not least, money. However, in this video, I'm going to focus on the last one, which is money. So you may be saying, Joe, I'm excited about creating passive income and building my net worth with real estate, but I have no money. Where can I find the money if I don't have it? There are many ways to invest in real estate that don't require you to have all the cash saved up. With that being said, there are different real estate investing strategies such as wholesaling that don't even require you to fully purchase or renovate a property. So for example, with wholesaling, by way of contract, you assume interest in the property and then you flip or assign that contract to another person who will then buy, rehab, rent, or flip that property. Now with wholesaling, you actually negotiate a fee for finding the deal and they will assume the remaining responsibilities. Anyway, Joe Dolls, in this video, I'm going to focus on solutions to your money problem. Although to quote someone who I look up to in the world of real estate investing, Mr. J. Morrison, who states, in real estate, people don't have cash problems or credit problems, they have strategy problems. And this quote really stuck deep with me, guys. And with that being said, in this video, we're going to explore some different strategies and techniques you can use to find funding for your next real estate deal. By the way, if you're enjoying the content so far, do me a favor and tap on that like button. It helps me out a lot with the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell as I'm posting valuable new content every week. Alright, so let's start with what I love the most. OPM, which stands for other people's money. A great way to start off is through strategic partnership. You can take on a partner who supplies the money for the deal. As part of the partnership, you may find the deal, manage the deal, or provide the knowledge or experience. In return for equity, your partner puts in the money needed to purchase the deal. Now, I've seen all different types of partnerships where maybe one person buys the property and the other person pays for the renovation, or maybe through sweat equity, you perform most of the repairs and renovations themselves. Now, partnerships are a very common way to grow and scale without using your own money. And the good thing is that partnerships can be structured in many different ways, and there's not any right or wrong way to structure the equity. Just make sure that everything is legal and in writing. Another option is hard money or private money. With this option, instead of giving equity in the deal, you're paying them interest on the money. This can be set up as interest only with the balloon payment or as interest and principal payment. Now, the interest rate, length of the loan, and amortization are agreed upon by the lender and borrower. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this can be a more expensive option. Rates are typically higher, but the good thing is that the lending guidelines are a lot more relaxed and flexible. So by using this finance option, you really need to run your numbers to make sure that it makes sense for your particular situation. So you can reach out to companies such as Vizio Lending and Lending One to assist with purchasing properties for fix and flip or hold as rentals. There are programs out there that will provide you 80 to 90% of the purchase and rehab costs of the property, meaning that you could possibly buy and fix a property and you would be responsible for 10 to 20% of the overall cost. And if you think outside the box, there are ways to finance that 10 to 20% so that you have bought, fixed, and either rented out or flipped and sold a property without using any of your own money or very little of it. Now, typically hard money or private money is a short-term solution due to the higher interest rate. So assuming you've done the due diligence and you found the right deal, what most investors do is refinance the property once it's been fixed up with the traditional lender, your regular mortgage servicers, and then pay off the hard money loan. Now, I have simplified this process for this video. There's much more that goes into it, such as finding the right deal and making sure the numbers work so that you can execute this strategy properly. But for this video, we are focusing on finding the money. Now, another option not talked about very often is seller financing. So when purchasing a property, you can also ask the seller for financing. This is where the current owner holds the note, the mortgage, on the property. You can make payments directly to the property owner instead of a third party, such as a bank or hard money lender. So just like any other financing, there's usually a down payment involved. This mitigates some risk for sellers who hold the note. Now, I actually know someone who used this method for a portion of the purchase price in order to keep the property taxes lower. So this person had a mortgage and agreed sales price of $600,000 and did a carryback, which is seller financing, as a second note for $75,000. Now, because the recorded sales price of the house with the county was $600,000, the property taxes are based on the $600,000 price instead of $675,000. Now, you may be asking yourself, why would someone agree to such a thing? And that is a great question. For the seller, it could serve as an additional income stream. They'll be getting monthly payments and earning interest on the money, which is secured by the property. So some people may be more interested in monthly cash flow than a lump sum of money, or in some cases you can get both, which is what my friend did in his situation. So again, Jordas, occasionally you will see property owners who advertise they will provide seller financing to a buyer, and even if it's not advertised, it never hurts to ask. Now, a great thing about this option is that the terms are negotiable and there's no set way to do seller financing. Now, in addition to using OPM, you may be able to find your own money by being your own bank, which has its advantages as well. So with that being said, let's discuss equity. This is the most obvious option if you already have a primary residence or other investment property. So if you have equity available, you can leverage that property to pull out cash. Instead of having the equity sitting and doing nothing for you, you can put this untapped money to work. Remember, Jordas, one of the key principles of the wealthy as described by Robert Kiyosaki in Rich Dad Poor Dad is that the rich don't work for money, they have money work for them. So for example, you could use a line of credit, a home equity loan, or a cash out refinance on a property. All of these options can be used to tap into equity. A majority of banks will loan you up to 90% of the equity within your property. So for example, if your property is valued at $200,000 and you owe $125,000 on your current mortgage, you could potentially receive a line of credit of $55,000, which is 90% of the home's value to draw from. Now, I actually secured a home equity line of credit, also known as a HELOC, on my condo for $50,000, which I used twice. So the first time I used the HELOC was to complete a renovation on a property that I flipped, which ended up netting me a $105,000 profit. The second time I utilized the HELOC was to purchase a 2-bedroom, 1-bath condo that I got for under market value. I used my business credit card, which, by the way, I need to make a video on business credit. It is so powerful and awesome, Jordan. If you understand business credit and use it responsibly, it can be a very powerful thing. But I used this to pay for approximately $8,000 in renovation costs. I bought the property cash with the HELOC and fixed it up and went to the bank and did a cash out refinance, which allowed me to pay myself back. So with the cash out refinance, I was able to pay off the $50,000 HELOC as well as the $8,000 I borrowed from my business credit. So let's recap, Jordan. I was able to essentially buy and fix a property without using any of my own money. How powerful is that? So I leveraged equity in my home by getting a HELOC. I leveraged my good credit, and by using a business credit card at 0% interest, I financed the renovation cost. I then got a mortgage. Again, none of this is using my own money. I was able to acquire an income producing asset that is going to go up in value over time and increase my net worth without coming out of my own pocket. Now, the mortgage payment on the property with taxes and insurance is $414.50, and it is currently renting for $11.50 a month. Another way you can receive a line of credit is borrowing against any stock investment accounts you have. These are non-retirement accounts, and there are rules as to how much you need to have and actually qualify. Now, by using this technique, the investment account is used as collateral against the loan. Now, since this type of asset is pretty liquid, the line of credit tends to have a good interest rate. As your investment account decreases or increases, the available line of your credit can also fluctuate, which is something to watch out for. Now, besides non-retirement accounts, you might have an IRA or a 401k. An IRA can also be set up as a self-directed IRA. So instead of investing IRA funds into the stock market, you can actually use those funds to invest in real estate. Now, there are strict rules and guidelines for a self-directed IRA, but there are companies that provide the setup and management of your self-directed IRA. A 401k plan usually offers a loan feature that can be taken out from your 401k account. This money must be paid back, but you are paying yourself back with interest. You are essentially your own bank. Now, with this option, there is no tax or penalty since it is a loan you're not taking taking the money out. With this option, payments are taken out of your paycheck and applied to your 401k. Depending on the plan, there could be interest paid or none at all. Now again, the interest is paid to your 401k, so you're paying yourself interest back. If you're not making a great return on your 401k, then taking a loan may be a good option for you if you're able to get a better return through real estate investing. Now I actually have a friend who was able to use a 401k loan to acquire a duplex here in Los Angeles. Now this duplex is located in a growing area, so she will definitely get the appreciation in value over time, as well as those awesome tax deductions that real estate has to offer. The other good thing is that the tenant's rent is covering the majority of the costs associated with this property. She's actually saving money on housing costs that she would otherwise be paying, which increases her monthly cash flow and allows her to save more of her money towards the purchase of another property. After watching this video and the discussion of these options, I hope that you sparked some ideas on how you can find money to purchase your next deal and get started in real estate investing. Again, Joel Dawes, there are so many ways to purchase real estate, especially since there are so many different real estate investing strategies. The key takeaway, guys, is to make sure you run your numbers and check them. Always account for incidentals and unexpected circumstances. Make sure not to over leverage yourself and have reserves in place. If you found value in this video, please be sure to tap that like button and share it with others on social media. It goes a very long way in helping to support and grow the channel. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell as I'm posting valuable new content every week. Thanks again for watching, and until next time.